Welcome to today's edition of Member Focus. We're very fortunate to have Tracy Cheek from the Texas Boys Ranch here with us, and thank y'all very much for joining us. Well, Tracy, tell us a little bit about your history, your background, who you are.
I have been in Lubbock for most of my life. I was born and raised up in Oregon, but Lubbock is home. I came here when I was in junior high and stayed. So I've raised my family here. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren, so I love Lubbock, and I always have.
Well, tell us about the Boys Ranch. What do you do out there, and tell us generally about the Boys Ranch.
We are celebrating our 41st year this year, so we've been around a long time. A lot of people don't realize that Texas Boys Ranch is a local organization. It was started right here in Lubbock, Texas by concerned citizens, Lions Club, chamber members, people that just needed to, wanted to see something good happen in Lubbock. We started off with taking care of wayward youths, young boys that needed a little structure and needed to learn how to be men. Things got a little rough though for a while, and so we had to kind of restructure some things, and Children's Home of Lubbock came in to kind of help us out, get us back on our feet. And at that point, we kind of realized that the need in Lubbock was more for the children that are in the CPS system.
Yeah.
And so we started keeping those children, those boys. We were licensed for boys. And our current president, John Sigel, at the time, it was really starting to weigh on his heart that we would get these children in, and if there was a sibling group, the sisters had to go somewhere else because we were only licensed for boys. So it was very difficult. They're going through enough already.
Yeah.
So John made the call and got us licensed to keep girls so we could keep sibling groups together. So for the last 6+ years, we've been serving boys and girls.
Well, and that's a great thing for y'all to do. I know y'all have a wonderful success story for the kids that y'all come in and help, and we're very fortunate that you guys have stayed in the community for as long as you have.
Absolutely, and we've grown so much in the last few years. Besides the campus, which is located about 3 miles east of the airport, we now have an emergency shelter, which is located in town, where we serve children for up to 90 days, and that's when they've first been removed. So from there, they'll either go to the ranch to foster care, or maybe back with a family member. We've also started our foster care and adoption program. So we are growing by just as many families as we can add. We turn children away on a daily basis. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah. I know that's hard.
So the more people that will step up and be foster families, we can place these children in the homes, which is really the most ideal situation.
Well, what a valuable service that you provide for the vulnerable folks in our community. So thank y'all very much for doing that.
One thing that's unique about Texas Boys Ranch is that we do have an equine assisted therapy program. We've had the horses and cattle and things like that, and it was finally, it's like, let's utilize this to the best potential. I think we all know that animals are just good for therapy. They're good for our soul. And so our ranch foreman, Brady Goen, and all of our licensed counselors were licensed in equine assisted therapy, and our children go through that now, and it's just been a huge blessing. And it's so nice to watch how these kids grow and develop just by their interaction with some of these horses.
Well, that's so additive. Not only do they obviously learn horsemanship, they also learn that animal relationship as well. What do you do out at the Texas Boys Ranch?
I work in fundraising. I am specifically responsible for our telethon, which is our largest fundraiser that we do every year. And I'm also just involved in PR and networking in the community and marketing and things like that. Texas Boys Ranch has so many needs. We're taking care of all these kids every day. We have our commissary on campus where we provide our kids with clothing and food and the things they need. Our foster families can come get the things their kids need. Our house parents in our cottages and our shelter can come. So we need things all the time. And our community is so good to give back. And so, anytime somebody wants to find a project that they want to give back, we have you think about it, and that we can suit you. So.
Well, not only is the Boys Ranch an excellent member of the chamber, and thanks John for all the partnership, but also you do a pretty valuable job as far as volunteering and your personal time that you give with the chamber. Tell us all the things that you do at the chamber.
Well, I try to volunteer anytime I can. I love the chamber because I love Lubbock. I've been an ambassador for 12 years or so. I've made lifelong friends, great networking. And I try to volunteer for a lot of the different programs that the chamber has. So I just try to give back too, because you guys do so much for us in the community. and I try to do what I can to help the chamber.
Well, we're very fortunate, and as a matter of fact, this Thursday at our board meeting, we get to recognize you as the Ambassador of the Month. So thank you very much for the chance to recognize you then, as well as to have you here today. And that's this edition of today's Member Focus, and we thank y'all very much for joining, but also please help us recognize the Texas Boys Ranch and what Tracy Cheek does for both them as well as the Chamber. Thank y'all very much for watching us today.